So writers, I've been thinking about what I can help you with today, and I heard that you guys have been spending a lot of time on revision. And I was talking to some of you this morning about what's revision. And you were saying, well, it's fixing up, right? It's making it better, it's repairing it. And revision is fixing up and repairing it, but what I think revision is, above all, is revision, to see again. And for me as a writer, one of the hardest things is to stand back and see my own writing. It's hard in my life. It's hard to stand back and see myself and to kind of like really have a good look at who I am. And it's hard for me to look at my writing and to really see my writing. So what I thought I would do today is to just give you a tip that's a very important one for me as a writer. And this is what I want to teach you. When I revise my writing, when I revision, when I see it again, I always put on glasses. That really helps me. So if you could all put on glasses whenever you, I'm sort of joking, okay? You're not all going to have to go buy glasses to be a writer, right? But it does help to put on lenses, special lenses, when you're going to revise your writing. And for me, what I do is I put on special lenses, I put on my glasses, I put on a way of reading writing. And I say, I'm going to read my writing this time, and I'm going to look only for, and I choose something. Okay? So if I'm writing a non-narrative piece, a piece that's meant to teach readers something, I usually will put on the glasses, put on the lens of rereading for structure. And I'm going to look at my writing, and I'm going to read every paragraph, and I'm going to see if I can come up with one sentence that says exactly what's in that paragraph, almost like a heading. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I do this with this cat magazine that I gave you as you guys came to the mini lesson. I'm going to show you how I read with the lens of structure, and then I'm going to ask you guys to take a turn just reading this. It's not your own writing. It's somebody else's writing. But we're going to read this person's writing for a minute with the lens of structure. Okay? So here we go. It's called All About Cats. Well, now I'm going to read. Remember, I'm reading with the lens of structure, of organization. Okay? So right away, All About Cats. I'm thinking organization. Well, I'm thinking it's got a pretty big topic, right? Right away, I'm saying to myself, I'm pretending this is my writing. My writing, it's not that focused. But that's okay. Sometimes writing isn't. Let's keep reading. If you think cats aren't cool, well, read this and prepare to change your mind. Well, it's just a little paragraph. Let's keep going, because I kind of know what that paragraph's about. It's a grabber, right? It's a lead, and it says cats are cool, right? If you don't think so, get ready to change your mind. Okay, let's listen to this next paragraph. Did you know that cats are possibly the most beautiful and graceful animal? No one knows for sure where cats came from, but some people think they came from Egypt. Okay? Now I'm reading this and I'm thinking, can I put like a heading on that paragraph that says exactly what that paragraph's about? Let's look at it again. Did you know that cats are possibly the most beautiful and graceful animals? No one knows for sure where cats came from, but some people think they came from Egypt. Okay, I don't think that I can write a heading for this, because it seems like it has two different parts. Do you see that? Because I could write cats are graceful and beautiful, or I could say where cats came from Egypt, but there's no one heading. So I see in this paragraph I've got some organizational problems. Does that make sense to you? All right, would you go on and read the next paragraph or the next two paragraphs with your friend, your partner, and see if you can give a heading to what's in that paragraph. And you're kind of like doing a check on structure. Guys, you could talk to each other about what you're noticing.
There's more than one heading here, and one of the headings are how many kinds of species there are. It says 34 species, and another heading is how fast the cats can run. I was thinking that, you know how you said this has kind of two headings, and that one of them is that there are 34 species of cats and how fast they can run. Well, maybe from there are 34 species of cats, then a support, maybe like the thing about the cheetahs and how fast they can run is like maybe some support for that. It's telling about one of the breeds of cats.
It's the same thing. Like in this paragraph where there were two things, you're thinking in this one there's two things. Yeah. Yeah. Writers, when I was talking with some of you, listening on what you were saying, I heard that some of you were saying that there were other paragraphs in here that you found that kind of had a crack down the middle, and they deserved to be broken into two, and each half developed. Is that right? That's what some of you found? Did any of you find a paragraph that felt like it worked? Yeah.
The paragraph where it starts, there are 34 species of cats.
Okay.
If you look at it, it's basically all about cheetahs. At the beginning, it sort of says like that they can run really fast and they're like the fastest mammal. And then here it says, but did you know that they're one of that they're cheetahs, they're the only kind of cats that can't pull their claws in, really. So it's sort of all about cheetahs, basically.
Jessie, this is really interesting what you just did. Everybody think about what Jessie said, okay? She pointed out that this paragraph here, the one that goes, there are 34 species of cats. That's a lot. The fastest land mammals are the cheetahs. They can run 70 miles an hour, and it goes on, right? You pointed out that it's all about cheetahs, right? Except for that first sentence, which you could just cut that out. And that's so smart, right, to see. You could just take that away. But this is a tip that somebody gave me once when I was studying writing. You want to make sure that you can say in a sentence, not in a word, what it's about. Okay, so you could say it's about cheetahs, but if you had to say, and I'm asking all of you this, for this paragraph here, if you had to say in a sentence what this paragraph is about, will you try to figure out what you'd say? Tell it to your partner. Did you find one sentence for it? For that paragraph?
It's mostly all about cheetahs, so you could...
Writers, can I stop you? So Jessie, you really helped us, okay? Because you can say that this paragraph is all about cheetahs, right? But really, to say it in a sentence doesn't work that well because it's about how cheetahs are the fastest land mammals and it's about their claws, right? So the challenge is to be able to read over your own writing and to be able to say in one sentence what each paragraph is mainly about, all right? And that leads you to revise. Like if you were the author of this piece, would you have some revision to do right now? Okay. Now it's easy to do it with somebody else's writing. It's really easy, but it's much harder to do this with your own writing because we look at our own writing and it seems so perfect to us. Okay, it takes courage to be able to read your own writing over and to be able to see work that needs to be done. So today, one of the things that I'm hoping that you'll do is that you'll take some time to read over your personal essays and say with each paragraph, what's the one sentence that this paragraph is about? And see if that leads you to do some revisions of it, okay? And this is just one lens you can use. You can read, as revisers, you can read for structure, but you can read for other lenses too, right? And I know you guys are going to come up with other lenses. I know you already know other lenses that you can use to read your writing. You can read it with the lens of truth. Am I telling the truth? You can read it with the lens of detail. Is this really, really detailed? Okay, you can read it with the lens of punctuation. Is there a variety of punctuation in my piece? Okay, so today, would you make sure that you read it for the lens of structure, but read it for some other lenses too, and have this be a day for the revision part of revision, for revisioning. Right? We're not going to be doing a lot of fixing up today. We're going to be doing a lot of revisioning. Okay? Off you go, writers.